Hi all, Retin here to bring you my impressions of Shantae, half Genie Hero. Before getting into it, I just want to preface this by saying I'm not the biggest Shantae fan. Previous to this, I've only played Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, although I did find that one enjoyable, so I'll probably be comparing those two a lot. Additionally, this is more of a first impression. I only played an hour of the game before stopping myself to write this review up, so all opinions are going to be based on just that hour. With that out of the way, let's have a sample of Shantae, half Genie Hero. For those not familiar with the series, it follows half Genie Shantae on her exploits as a guardian genie for Scuttletown. Primarily a platformer, Shantae runs, jumps, dances, and whips her hair to victory. Yeah, her primary method to attack is to whip her hair at bad guys. She even powers up by buying shampoo. We just gotta accept it for what it is. With the new bouncy art direction, she does all this while looking better than ever. Everything from the characters to the backgrounds look amazing. Look at the idle animation for Shantae. I mean, she's so lively. Look at Monkey Shantae. Just look at it, it's so cute. I want to just squeeze the little monkey. These visuals are complemented by an equally charming and endearing soundtrack. Listen to the first track I was greeted with upon entering the first stage. How could you hear that and not be ready to hair whip some baddies? Half Genie isn't just a pretty face, so controls are satisfying and responsive. I never ran into a moment where I felt the mistake was on behalf of the game and not just my own screw up. I was practically ready to suggest this game just on the A+ presentation alone. But before I just jump to a conclusion, let's touch on the negatives, which there aren't really that many. While I didn't get much story off just an hour of gameplay, a significant bit was just tossed out the window almost right after it was given to us. Shantae wakes up to a whispering voice and, of course, tries to track it down because who wouldn't follow a mysterious voice at night? Alone. When I can't even attack yet. Seriously, I was pressing all the buttons during this part. I could only move and jump. A few screens later, and boom, we're warned of an upcoming evil that will threaten not only the human realm, but the land of the genies as well. Bit simplistic, but more than enough plot for a platformer, I guess. Okay, let's... No. Just... Here we are, the next day. Shantae writes the whole thing off as just a dream. No checking with anyone, no research. Nope, just a dream. Okay. Shortly after, we're reined into helping build a machine that will protect the town and essentially put Shantae out of a job? Because why not become an unemployed half-genie? Now, while I don't know much about previous games aside from Pirate's Curse, I do know Pirate's Curse had a more established and motivating plot right from the get-go. There was a clear goal in mind, and it encompassed the whole game and really held it together. It even built up to what I thought were some really promising narrative aspects. After an hour of playtime and 2 bosses, not really much of a word about previous events in the series. It was a bit of a letdown to just have all of that seemingly pushed aside where it could have easily been built upon. From a gameplay aspect, the overall experience doesn't seem like it's going to be as engaging as Pirate's Curse either. Where Pirate's Curse had power-ups that were based on items that could be combined together fluidly for dynamic platforming and challenge, power-ups in Half Genie have reverted back to dances that transform you into animals. This is a fun little callback to older games, but it makes the power seem fairly compartmentalized. You get to a section, see a need for a power, say crab, you change into it, do the puzzle, and swap back. The pause between changing forms from one to another really served to take me out of the whole flow at the moment. Toward the end of my hour, I did get a power-up for the monkey form, oh my god, monkey! That has me hopeful each form gets enough powers to increase my interest in them. The levels themselves feel more segregated as well, despite not really being that different from previous games. You aren't going through a Metroidvania-style map, like in Pirate's Curse, but instead going through something that is structured like a traditional stage. It even has a ready message before each zone. I guess to hammer home the point, you are starting a stage. Again, it isn't bad, but it diverges from what I enjoyed about Pirate's Curse. As you might be able to tell, as a game, I enjoyed Pirate's Curse more, at least based on this first impression. It could change for the better, but with my issues being with core mechanics to the game, I am a bit doubtful. Also, just a slight nitpick, I have issue with the first boss. Not the difficulty or the design of the boss or anything like that. It's this barrel. This barrel right here. Why is it here? There were no exploding barrels in previous sections of the stage. There's no visible need to have the barrel, yet alone a dispensing system for it. It just stinks of because Shantae needed it for the boss. I don't like that. That said, I still would say I recommend the game. It's clearly going to have some flaws and lacks the exact gameplay I want, but it makes up with charm that outweighs those flaws. I'd love to see the old games done in the same art style, and I had to force myself to stop playing once my hour was up. I'm eager to get back to it and see the game completed. And if you would like to see the game completed but can't be bothered to do so yourself, maybe you're just lazy, William and I are going to be doing a full playthrough in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and as usual, shine on.